be fighters. We are strong, we're survivors. And they can knock you down and make you fall, but we'll get back up, 'cause after all we're born to be fighters. We were born to be fighters. We are strong, we're survivors. And they can knock you down and make you fall, but we'll get back up, 'cause after all we're born to be fighters. And we're fighting for our lives. And we're fighting for our lives. Yeah, we're fighting for our lives. Hold on to me, don't let me go. Who cares what they see? Who cares what they know? Your first name is free, last name is dumb. 'Cause you still believe in where we're from. Man's right flower, it's in every living thing. Mind, use your power. Spirit, use your wings. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Hold on to me, oh, don't let me go. Cheetahs need to eat, run antelope. Your first name is king, last name is dumb. 'Cause you still believe in everyone. When the baby first breathes, when night sees sunrise, when the whale hugs the sea, when man recognizes freedom, 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 breathe in. We are from heat, the electric one. Just a shock you see. He left us the sun. Atoms in the air, organisms in the sea. Sun and yes man are made of the same things. Freedom, 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 freedom.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. Oh yeah.
together, just you and me. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hail. They don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Oh yeah.
Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out, 'cause they do every time. Yeah,
The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Oh, the world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the God hour, the morning I wake up. Just for the breath of life, I thank my maker. My mom say I come from hustlers and shakers. My mind building on skyscrapers and acres. He said take us back to where we belong. I try to write a song as sweet as the Psalms. Though I'm the type to bear arms and wear my heart on my sleeve. Even when I fail in God, I believe. Read the days and weave through the maze. And the seasons so amazing. Feed them and raise them. Seasons are aging. Earthquakes, wars and rumors. I want us to get by, but we more than consumers. We more than shooters, more than looters. Created in this image so God lived through us. And even in this generation, living through computers. Only love can reboot us. Come on.
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed.
Wake up, everybody, yeah.
Because I need a little help. Can't do it alone. Oh, I need a little help. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I need a little help, y'all. Can't do it alone. Oh, I need a little help, y'all. Can't do it
Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. You know the bed feels warmer, sleeping here alone. You know I dream in color and do the things I want. You think you got the best of me, think you've had the last laugh. Bet you think that everything good is gone. Think you left me broken down, think that I'll come running back. Maybe you don't know me 'cause you're dead wrong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. You heard that I was starting over with someone new. They told you I was moving on over you. You didn't think that I'd come back swinging. You tried to break me, but you see what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over, 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Don't you think it's time we put a woman in the White House with a whole new attitude? We could use a little female common sense down on Pennsylvania Avenue. After 230 something years of waiting, it's way past overdue. Yeah, I think it's time we put a woman in the White House. Girls, how about you? Well, we like to spend money, but not money we ain't got. And we can balance a checkbook, and girls, let me tell you what. It's time to clean up Capitol Hill with a shovel and a pair of high heels. We've seen what the good old boys can do. Now it's our turn to take a shot. Don't you think it's time to put a woman in the White House with a whole new attitude? We could use a little female common sense down on Pennsylvania Avenue. After 230 something years of waiting, it's way past overdue. Yeah, I think it's time we put a woman in the White House. Girls, how about you? There'll be a lot less fussing and a fighting and a carrying on. There'll be a lot more loving and a listening and getting along. Just look at the mess we're in. Heck, I vote for Loretta Lynn. I guarantee that we'd all be singing a different song. Don't you think it's time we put a woman in the White House with a whole new attitude? We could use a little female common sense down on Pennsylvania Avenue. After 230 something years of waiting, it's way past overdue. Yeah, I think it's time we put a woman in the White House. Girls, how about you? Well, after 230 something years of waiting, it's way past overdue. Yeah, I think it's time we put a woman in the White House. Girls, how about you? Yeah, I think it's time we put a woman in the White House. Girls, how about you?
So much killing, too much anger inside, so much living, not enough people living right, too much hatred, too much emptiness. I've got too much in me to go without a fight. Tonight, all we need is one love, that's all that we need. 'Cause I know one love has given to me. There's so much we can learn from each other if we just find that one love. Too much heartbreak, too much drowning inside. Feels like an earthquake every time that you step outside. Too much crying, too much ugliness. We've gotta come together. It's time for you and I. So much talking, so much locked up inside. We should be listening. Why do we build these walls so high? There's no escaping. Everyone's working to survive. We can win this thing together if we try. Tonight, all we need is one love. That's all that we need. 'Cause I know one love has given to me. There's so much we can learn from each other if we just find that one love. Let's spend a minute to breathe before we run that's what we need. One love, that's all that we need. 'Cause I know one love has given to me. There's so much we can learn from each other. We just find that one love. All we need is one love. That's all that we need. 'Cause I know one love has given to me. There's so much we can learn from each other. We just find that one love. We just find that one love. We just find that one love.
Yo, just waking up in the morning and to be well. Quite honest with you, I ain't really sleep well. You ever feel like your train of thought's been derailed? That's when you press on, lean in. Half the population just waiting to see me fail. Yeah, right, you better off trying to freeze hell. Some of us do it for the females, and others do it for the retail. But I do it for the kids, life through the tower in on. Every time you fall, it's only making your chin strong. And I'll be in your corner like Mick, baby, till the end of when you hear a song from that big lady. Until the referee rings the bell, until both your eyes start to swell, until the crowd goes home. What we gon' do, y'all?
Give 'em hell, time to hands. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they say of me, say of me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jana Korn.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the University of Pennsylvania. My name is Jana Korn. I'm a junior here at Penn, and I'm the president of Penn Democrats. On behalf of Penn Dems, I'm thrilled to welcome all of you here to hear from Pennsylvania's next senator, Katie McGinty. I also could not be more excited to welcome Senator Elizabeth Warren to campus, someone who is not only an inspiration to me, but who has inspired so many young people here and across the country to get involved with politics and with the Democratic Party. It's difficult to put into words the energy and the passion that Penn Dems is feeling this election season. For many students on campus, it's the first time that they are participating in an election. Whether by casting a first vote or by volunteering with us, shameless plug for all you Penn students out there, it's never too late to get involved. And to be able to play a part in such a historic election is truly amazing. Of course, the stakes are higher than they've ever been. We see this at the top of the ticket, where the first woman nominee of a major political party is facing down a demagogue running on a platform of fear and hate. We also see it in Pennsylvania's Senate race, where we are going to elect a woman who will fight for the workers, families, and students who know better than anyone else how much is at stake. The victory that we are fighting for in November will represent so much more than a partisan win. It will be a win for diversity, for equality, and for opportunity, core values for our nation and our party, and for our generation, the most progressive generation ever. It will be a win for those of us who are looking past college, worrying about how we will be able to pursue our dreams while paying off student loans that will follow us well into our careers. A first-generation college student herself, Katie knows how important it is to invest in young people by making college and higher education affordable for anyone willing to work hard. She'll go to Washington to fight for our futures and to give us all a chance to get ahead. As an intern on her campaign, I've had the privilege to see Katie McGinty's dedication to taking on these issues, and I know that she will be an incredible senator for all of us. And now, it is my honor to welcome to the stage someone who knows firsthand what it means to fight for change in the United States Senate. He works every day on behalf of Pennsylvania families, fighting to create jobs, advocating for the education and well-being of children, and pursuing a national security strategy that protects our interests and support those who serve our country. I can't think of a better team working for the people of Pennsylvania once we make history in November than Senator Casey and Katie McGinty. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Senator Bob Casey.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Jana. You know, when I got here earlier, I asked Jana, do we have to refer to you as Madam President? It sounds good, because we are going to have Madam President Hillary Clinton. And of course, a little history here. Since 1788, we've elected U.S. senators in Pennsylvania. Since 1790, we've elected governors. How many of those people have been a woman? Put your hand up if you know. The number is 0. We can make history this year to build a better future. And we're going to start it here in Pennsylvania. We are so honored today. To be here to help Katie McGinty be the next United States Senator from Pennsylvania. That's point number 1. Point number 2, we're grateful today that we're joined by a remarkable champion for students, for children, for workers, Elizabeth Warren. So I just have one preliminary question for this crowd. This is a smart crowd, I think. Most people here get into Penn, okay, so this shouldn't be a difficult question. Are you ready to elect Katie McGinty to the U.S. Senate? I knew you would get that right. But you know what? Katie's story is a great American story when you think about it. It's a story of hard work and sacrifice. It's a story of achievement in public service. Her remarkable public service already, even not in elective office. The work she's done to create jobs in Pennsylvania, the work she's done to build a stronger energy economy here in our state, and the work she's done to build a better future for our kids and especially the students in this audience today. I know that she'll stand with us when we're fighting on behalf of kids, fighting on behalf of those whose wages have not grown in a long, long time. She'll be a great champion just like Elizabeth Warren. So I want you to do something for me. Two things, really. First, to do everything you can between now and Election Day to get people registered, to get them enthusiastic to go out and vote for Hillary, for Katie, and our whole ticket. And the second thing I want you to do is to take the roof off this place as you welcome the next senator from Pennsylvania, Katie McGinty.
You makes you stronger, stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over, 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
How are we doing out there? We're feeling a little hot, huh? Let's be on fire because we know what we're going to do. Are we going to go out and work? Are we going to fight? And what happens when we fight? We win. I think, is Philly in the house? Is University of Pennsylvania in the house? Now, I will tell you this. I know firsthand those Penn students, because I have had so many of you volunteering on my campaign. You have been the secret to my success. So thank you very, very much. I kind of like what our great Senator Bob Casey had to say. Is he the best or not? Give it up for Bob. I was thinking, this historic city, I think you're all up to making some history on November 8th, aren't you? Darn straight. Are we ready to welcome Madam President? Yeah. All right, but some in the audience will remember those Kmart blue light specials. I'd appreciate it if we thought about doing a 2-for-1. When we're shattering that White House glass ceiling, will you join me in shattering that Senate glass ceiling as well? I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good. But here's the deal. We know, one, we're on a mission. And two, we have to be on a mission. Because it's all in the balance right here, right now, the soul and spirit of this great country. It's looking for us. It's looking for every one of you to stand up and say, we love this country. The best days are ahead. But here's what we know. That American dream, the American dream has two parts to it. The first part, there's no handouts in this country. It's hard work. You work hard, you give it your all. Second part of that American dream equation is supposed to be you put in the hard work, you get ahead. Your dreams come true. Now, I am here to tell you, with the privilege that I have had of traveling through every part of this Commonwealth, the first part of the deal is alive and well. People are giving it all with pride and passion. They're working one job, some 2 and 3. But I am also here to tell you the second part of that equation is not looking too healthy at all. That part where you're supposed to get ahead, that part where you're supposed to be able to realize your dreams is looking a little shaky out there. You know the statistics. 82% of American families are making less today in real terms than they were 20 years ago. Holy mackerel, you can't survive with that. Statistics are one thing. The beautiful people I've had the occasion to meet. A woman who I had the chance to talk to just a couple of weeks ago. She was an older woman. She had come to meet me for a roundtable and a rally for Social Security and to tell Pat Toomey, we are not privatizing Social Security. By the way, as I think of this mission that we have, one, it is to send Pat Toomey packing, right? But while we're doing it, you remember that old 2-for-1 I just talked about? While we're sending Pat packing, will you join me in dumping Trump? But you know, this woman I was talking about, so she shared her story with those who were gathered. She said, you know, this is an important week for me. And I said, tell it, what's going on? She said she was recognized for 20 years working at the factory and the plant that she has been working at, again, 20 years, 2 decades. And the whole company was celebrating her work. And she said, you know what, not only did they celebrate, they gave me a raise. I thought, oh, it's terrific. She now makes $8.25 an hour. Yeah, that deal doesn't work. A person can hardly take care of themselves no matter how hard they try. But this is what we know, and this is why you're here. That Trump Toomey ticket will make it even worse. They'll tilt that playing field even worse against good, hardworking people. And I'll tell you what, there's breaking news right now, today, as we gather, that proves the point. It just so happens, it seems, Wells Fargo, some banks, right? Well, my goodness, they seem to be defrauding their own customers. How about it? Making millions and millions charging fees for savings accounts and credit cards that their own customers never asked for. Well, here's the good news. The good news is, and here's a little alphabet soup from Washington, but we need to know what it is because we have to fight for it. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right? Well, thank God for that bureau. Anybody know who had a significant role in that? Thank God for our special guest today, I'll tell you that. But thank God for the Bureau, because why? It came to bat for innocent people, and it busted those banks. Now, what of our own Pat Toomey? Has he been out there too, working tirelessly for the innocent, standing up for the victims, having the back of consumers and his own constituents? Nope. Toomey has been working overtime to bust not the banks, but the Protection Bureau. I think those priorities are a little upside down, and I don't know, I don't think we're going to take it anymore. What do you say? Send Pat packing. You know, here's the thing, though. If it were the exception to the rule and Pat was out there swinging for us all the time, that would be one thing. But here's what I see when I travel across the Commonwealth. What I see is Pennsylvanians who are recognizing more and more Pat Toomey's not working for us. Pat Toomey's not for us. He's not for us. I don't have to tell the students in this room. How about college debt? Pennsylvania is the 3rd highest college debt burden on our kids in the country. And when that's the case and Pat Toomey votes against college affordability, Pat Toomey's not for us. When Planned Parenthood saves lives, 108,000 women in Pennsylvania who depend on Planned Parenthood, and Pat Toomey works overtime to kill Planned Parenthood. Pat Toomey, he's not for us. When wages are the same or less than they were in the late 1970s, and ladies, when we have a pay gap of women only making about 79 cents on the dollar, and Pat Toomey votes repeatedly against increasing the minimum wage and has said no, no, no to equal pay for equal work, Pat Toomey's not for us. He's not for us. I think Aunt Hella's getting the picture here. say, what the heck? With friends like this, we don't need any enemies. And what's got Pat Toomey? Well, here's the deal. It's not rocket science. The guy's out of touch. He's been high flying for a long time. High flying in his own private plane. That's a way where you get a little bit out of touch. High flying, making millions on Wall Street, and when he was done that, moving to Hong Kong and partnering up with some secretive Chinese billionaire. You get a little out of touch. High flying for now almost 2 decades inside Washington, doing what? Well, he changed his title to congressman, then senator, but guess what? He's still working for the banks. Changed the title, but not what he thinks of his job description. Now, I'll just say that I come from a little bit different point of view. Yeah, the 10 kids. My dear dad, for almost a quarter of a century, walking the beat as a Philadelphia police officer. Yeah. And I'll tell you this, my dear mom, God rest her soul, she kept a spotless house in Northeast Philly. Spotless. Chasing after all 10 of us kids. But you know, I guess she had a little energy because when she was done that every night, she went off to work again as a hostess in a restaurant. How about that for a work ethic that we need to stand by and stand for, and that we know Bob Casey stands by and stands for, and Elizabeth Warren stands by and stands for. None of what we're talking about is abstract or theory. This is people and families who are giving it their all every day. And guess what? They're not asking for much in exchange. They're not asking for much. They're asking, can I afford a home? How about a week at the shore? And if my child wants to go to college, I want to be able to look them in the eye and say, I got you, you're going. And after you put your 30 or 40 years in, you get to look for a secure retirement. They're not asking for much. It's not much, but it is the whole world in terms of the dignity of a person. That they can, with their sweat of the brow, make it for themselves and their kids. And hear me on this, it is the whole world in terms of the soul and spirit of this country that is supposed to be and has always been about, not your pedigree, but your grit and your perseverance. Here's what I know. I know we can do better. I know we will do better. I know that all of you believe some simple truths that we are ready to fight hard for. Every child gets a good education. Your zip code cannot be your destiny. Every child. You know, my brother John is here with me today, and I want to just say that our brothers and sisters, X-ray certified welder, master printer, heavy equipment operator. You know, as my husband Carl, who's here, my mother-in-law Beverly, everybody say hello to Beverly and Carl. But when we think about the future for our kids, a couple things are true. One, a great country doesn't just buy and consume stuff. A great country builds and makes stuff. And we need those skills. Why? Because join me in this. Never again a Flint, Michigan. Rip out the old lead pipe. Protect our kids. And I know this too, that brighter days are ahead, because what we're going to do is stand for the dignity and the privacy of women. We will stand for the dignity and privacy of our LGBTQ friends, family, neighbors. And you bet we're going to keep it real. When a good person puts in good, hard hours, we'll make it so they get paid a decent wage. We'll lead that fight for 15, and you bet it'll be equal pay for equal work. That's the future. where every person is valued, every person is respected. That's why you're here. That's our future, and now we know. One, with all of you, we can win, we will win, but I'll tell you what, we've got the best, the strongest, the greatest leader of all to join us in this. Let me say, she's from Massachusetts. She is a fighter. She is courageous. And you know what? She does a good takedown of Trump on Twitter. Join me in welcoming Elizabeth Warren.
To be here. Thank you. Oh, I'm happy to be here. I want to say thank you to your Senator Bob Casey for his friendship, his good heart, and his leadership. Thank you, Bob. It is good to be back at Penn. It is really good to be back at Penn. You know, I used to teach here at Penn. It's true. And my husband taught here at Penn. My daughter Amelia went to Penn. My son-in-law, Sushil, went to Penn. Our dog Otis used to chase tennis balls right here. Actually, I got the wrong golden retriever. It was Trover back then. So anyway, they don't last forever. But I couldn't have picked a better place than coming here to Philadelphia to say, I'm with Hillary and I'm with Katie. This is the place. Yes. Yes. You know, I am here today for two tough, smart women with Pennsylvania roots and Pennsylvania values, Hillary and Katie. That's what we're going to make happen here. You bet. You bet. Two smart, tough women who fight for women, who fight for kids, who fight for a healthy planet, who fight for a future for all of us. That's who these women are. Two tough, smart women who have dedicated their lives to trying to build opportunities, to build a future, not just for the privileged few, but for everyone in this country. That's what this is about. Now, I'm here for another reason, too, because this is personal for me. I really do mean that. I always wanted to be a teacher, and I mean always. I used to line up my dolls and hold school. It was tough being one of my dolls. You know? But that dream was completely out of reach for a kid like me. My daddy worked a lot of different jobs. He ended up as a maintenance man. My mom worked a minimum wage job. And they loved me with everything they had. But there was simply no money for college. So, how did I end up as a college professor? And the answer is a commuter college that cost $50 a semester. Yeah. That was my shot at a college education, and I grabbed it and I hung on for dear life. And it opened a million doors for me. That's opportunity in America. Now, when I talk about paying $50 a semester for college tuition, a lot of people laugh, but I want you to think about that's what it meant to grow up in an America that invested in kids, an America that was building opportunity. Now, a generation ago, 2 generations ago, America doubled down on education with a GI Bill, with NDEA loans, with federal aid to education, all because we believed that education would expand opportunities, not just for rich kids, but for all our kids. We invested and it worked. We grew this economy, and more and more and more Americans made it into the middle class. We did that together. We did it, but we didn't hang on to it. It all began to change in the 1980s, and now this country has moved in a different direction. Instead of expanding opportunity, our government now works just for those at the top. You know, today the cost of college is through the roof. Anyone in here kind of recognize that, right? And that's true everywhere you go. It's true in state schools, it's true in private schools. The cost of college is through the roof. But at the same time, everyone will tell you, you got to get that college diploma if you're going to have a chance, even a shot at your place in the middle class. Today, 70% of college grads have to borrow money to make it through. Total student loan debt in America today is $1.3 trillion. It has grown by more than $100 billion in just the last year. That's the path we're on right now. These loans are everywhere. In fact, I just want to ask you, hold your hand up. If you've got a student loan, someone in your family's got a student loan, somebody you love has a student loan, yeah, look around. This is what it means. Student loans are everywhere. And now comes the part that is obscene. The interest rate on these student loans make billions and billions of dollars in profits for the United States government. Profits, billions of dollars off the backs of people who have to borrow money to try to get an education. That is not right, and that is why we are here today. That's right. That's right. So I want to tell you a story about trying to do something about that. I got together with a bunch of Democrats in the Senate, including your very own Bob Casey, and we proposed a bill to refinance student loan debt, just to cut the interest rates down where the government wouldn't be making a profit, try to squeeze the profits out of the system. Now look, today you can refinance your mortgage, you can refinance your car, but you can't refinance your student loans. So in 2014, Bob and I and a lot of our fellow Democrats set out to change that, right? Right way to go, Bob. And you think things in Washington wouldn't make a difference. I just want to point out, if that law had passed, 1.2 million people living right here in Pennsylvania would have had the chance to refinance their loans. Borrowers, some of you, would have already saved hundreds, even thousands of dollars. But it didn't happen. So the question is, why not? We came so close. We had every single Democrat, we had both independents, and we even picked up 3 Republicans. We were exactly 2 votes short of being able to get this through the Senate. Well, why didn't it happen? One of the reasons is because your Senator Pat Toomey voted against the bill to refinance student loans. Yeah. But here's the really bad part of that. Why did he vote against students? Why would you vote to keep squeezing students to make profits for the United States government? Well, because to make up the profits that would be lost if the student loan program brought down its interest rates, millionaires and billionaires would have to pay a little bit more in taxes. And for people like Pat Toomey, that killed it. That's your senator, and that's the GOP philosophy, sort of in a nutshell. It's more important to protect tax loopholes for the rich and the powerful who've already made it big than it is to build opportunities for everyone else. You know how I think of their philosophy? It's just basically, I got mine, rest of you are on your own. Yep. The game is rigged, and the Republicans rigged it. And that is why Katie McGinney and Hillary Clinton and I are going to work to unrig it. That's what this is about. We're fighting back. We're fighting back. We're fighting back, and I got to tell you one of the things we're fighting against. Let's just talk about him for a minute. The large orange elephant in the room. And to do this, I mean, talk about, you can't decide where to start, when you're talking about Donald Trump. But since we're here, and since this is what we've been talking about right now, how you build opportunity, I am just going to stick with education and what Donald Trump has told us and what he has done about education. So, Trump ran his own scam of a university to trick people into turning over their life savings to him. And when he got called out by his own employees and sued by his victims, what did Trump do? Did Mr. Tough Guy stand up and take his licks? No. Did he offer people their money back? No way. No. He whined and he carried on, he sniveled, and then he had a brilliant idea. Attack the judge who is presiding in the lawsuit because the judge's parents came here from Mexico. That's a Trump move. Now, Trump had one other move to deal with his so-called university, and that was when the complaints started piling up and law enforcement started closing in on him. The Trump Foundation made an illegal $25,000 campaign contribution to the Florida Attorney General to make the investigation go away. And that worked so well, he made a big contribution to the Texas Republican Attorney General when Texas conveniently dropped their Trump U investigation. So here's how I look at this. What kind of a man cheats students like this? What kind of a man attacks a respected judge because his parents came from Mexico? What kind of a man breaks the law to make illegal contributions to make his fraud investigations go away? Well, I'll tell you what kind of a man. A small, insecure money grubber who will never be president of the United States. Yes, that's who this is. You bet. Yes. Yep. That's right. That's right. You bet. So, through all of this, where has your big, brave Senator Pat Toomey been? Well, he's trying to hide out. He's trying to duck and weave. But despite everything that Donald Trump says, Pat Toomey still won't say that he won't vote for him. So I have a question. How much more does Pat Toomey have to hear from Donald Trump to finally stand up and say, no, that is wrong, and I will not support Donald Trump? What's it going to take? Well, let's think about it, because Trump calls Latinos rapists and murderers, and Toomey sticks with Trump. Trump calls African Americans thugs, and Toomey sticks with Trump. Trump calls women fat pigs and bimbos, and Toomey sticks with Trump. Trump attacks a Gold Star family, and Toomey sticks with Trump. Trump says that Vladimir Putin is a better leader than Barack Obama, and Toomey sticks with Trump. You know, Trump once said, I could shoot someone at high noon in Times Square and it wouldn't make any difference to my followers. I think he was talking about Pat Toomey. Look, Pat Toomey won't break with Donald Trump because they share the same ugly agenda. Toomey just wishes that Donald wouldn't be quite so impolite about it. You know, Pat Toomey started his career as a Wall Street investment banker, and he spent his time in public service helping his rich and powerful friends every chance he gets. And now they're returning the favors. Republicans are pouring money into this race to try to save Pat Toomey. Katie faces a mountain of money and all the advertising that money can buy against her. Now, my view on this is we can whimper, we can whine, or we can fight back. And Katie McGinney is fighting back. That's right. That's what she's doing. Katie. Okay, so I like this cheering because it makes the next part easier, and that is I came here with two asks. Very important. The first one is we're fighting. Katie's fighting, but we need you in this fight. So please register to vote. If you are new in town, if you have moved, remember, you have got to register to vote. The voter registration deadline in Pennsylvania is October 11th. Get registered. Make sure your family's registered, your dorm mates are registered, your friends are registered. Get everybody registered. October 11th. Get it done. And the second is we need more than your vote. We need you to volunteer. And you got ways to do this. You can sign up at katiemcginty.com. You can sign up at hillaryclinton.com, or this is actually more fun, you can pull out your phone. You can do it right now. I never let anybody in one of my classes pull out a phone, but this you can do. You can pull out your phone and you can text the word fighter at 47246, okay? So text fighter at 47246. We need the volunteers. Because here's the deal. There is just too much at stake in this election. Don't sit back. This is a time when you gotta speak out and you gotta be willing to get up and act. For me, this is all about fighting for what we believe in. This race is about economics, you bet, but this race is about our values. And I believe that the real strength of coming together is that we get a chance to talk about our values. We get a chance to talk about why we get out there every single day and try to do the right thing, try to move this country in the right direction. You know, Pat Toomey voted against letting people refinance their student loans. Donald Trump ran a fake university to cheat people. But we believe that every kid should have a chance to get an education without getting crushed by student loan debt. That means refinancing. That means debt-free college, and we're fighting for it. Donald Trump and Mr. Wall Street, Pat Toomey, want to repeal Wall Street reform, and they want to let the big banks gamble with our economy. Well, we believe that Wall Street needs real accountability, tougher rules, stronger enforcement, and Katie and Hillary and I will be fighting for it. Yes, we will. Donald Trump and Pat Toomey are both climate change deniers. Think about that. But we believe in science, that climate change is real, that we must protect our kids and grandkids, and Katie and Hillary and I are fighting for it, you bet. Pat Toomey is against an assault weapons ban, and he brags about his perfect record with the NRA. Donald Trump, oh yeah. Donald Trump thinks the Second Amendment people need to take care of Hillary Clinton. Well, I'll tell you what we believe. We believe that parents should be able to send their kids to school without fear that their kids will never come home. That means common sense gun safety laws, and I promise you, Katie, Hillary, and I are all in on this. Yes. Pat Toomey has voted 4 times against raising the minimum wage, and Donald Trump doesn't even think we should have a federal minimum wage. Well, I'll tell you this, we believe that no one who works full-time should live in poverty, and that means raising the minimum wage, and we will fight for it. Katie, Hillary, me, all the way. Donald Trump and Pat Toomey are both union busters, but we believe that good union jobs built America's middle class, and good union jobs will rebuild America's middle class. We're going to fight for it. Donald Trump is a long-time, Pat Toomey is a long-time advocate for privatizing Social Security. And Donald Trump says he's for cutting Social Security. But we believe that after a lifetime of hard work, everyone is entitled to retire with dignity, and that means protecting Social Security and expanding it, and we will fight for it. Donald Trump and Pat Toomey are both against marriage equality, and they believe a conservative Supreme Court should overturn it. But we believe that everyone has a right to marry who you love, and we will fight for it. Yep. Donald Trump has no problem with women earning less than men. Neither does Pat Toomey. They both support defunding Planned Parenthood. They have both said that doctors who perform abortion should be punished. And I cannot believe that I have to say this in 2016, but we believe in equal pay for equal work and a woman's right to decisions over her own body. Yes. Yep. Yeah, you bet. You bet. Yeah. Donald Trump calls African Americans thugs and Muslims terrorists and Latinos criminals. And Pat Toomey still won't stand up and say that kind of hatred disqualifies Donald Trump from being president of the United States. We believe that racism, injustice, and bigotry have no place in our country. We believe that Black Lives Matter. We will never build Donald Trump's stupid wall, and we will fight for it. You bet. Yes. Yes. Okay, I could do this all day. And I may. I'm going to do just one more. I'm going to do just one more. Donald Trump and Pat Toomey think that millionaires and billionaires and giant corporations should be able to buy our elections. We believe that corporations are not people. That means reversing Citizens United and getting money out of politics. Yes. Return democracy to the people. Yes. 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 This is it. Look, Hillary Clinton and Katie McGinney are both tough, smart, experienced women who will fight for our values, fight for what we believe in. It is time for us to fight for Hillary and for Katie. Are you ready to do that? Fight for Katie. Fight for Hillary. Fight for our future. Thank